Hey guys, so we're gonna take a little break from my face today and we're gonna do my very first bullet journal video. Now, this is something that I've been doing for a few months and I am by no means an artist. I am by no means organized naturally as a person, and this is my very first bullet journal video, so please excuse any layout, setup, lighting issues because I see all these videos and they're like super organized and they even have like a plant. I don't have a plant over here. I will link a couple of my favorite bullet journal videos down below in the description if you need some more inspiration. I'm gonna give a disclaimer that mine is not gonna be artistic and I am not like gonna draw pictures and all those other ones that you see, and not that those are bad or by any means. I'm just generally not creative or artistic, so we're just gonna do a lot of black ink and lines and words. That's about it. So as I said, I've been using this bullet journal. This is not a technical bullet journal. I've been using this notebook since August, and I really wanted to try it out for a couple months before buying an official bullet journal, which we have over here, which is blank, and I'm gonna get into that. But first I thought I'd give you a peek into my old bullet journal and just like what's been going on in this and like different layouts and spreads that I've tried and didn't like, and what I'm going to be transferring over into this. And then I thought we'd plan this guy and do some stuff in here that I want to do for the new year. If you don't know what bullet journaling is either, by the way, it's basically you combine a planner, a journal, and to-do lists all in one, and of course you can draw on them, you can do whatever you want. They're super customizable. That's what I love about them, is you make your own planner, because sometimes planners have like, you know, the weeks, but you may need something else, more notes pages so you can make more lists. And there's just not a lot of free range to be creative in those. And not that I do that necessarily in these books, but I just like the freedom to do whatever I want in them. I can make any kind of lists, I can, you know, make any kind of designs, any changes to weekly spreads if I like a certain layout better. So I just really like it. I'll list a more informal bullet journal video down in the description so you can like actually get a definition and like examples of what it actually is. So let's just get into my first bullet journal. Now obviously this is the first one. This is gonna be really embarrassing, by the way, so just bear with me. These are really weird and you know. But hopefully me showing you my mistakes and what I did not like about my old bullet journal will inspire you and make you not feel as bad when yours don't go the way that you want. So I started this in August, and first thing right off the bat that I didn't like is that there were lines. I do like that the traditional bullet journals, I'll show you, have dots instead of lines. It just also gives some more creative ability, but I just wanted to use something that I already owned instead of going out and buying a specific journal in case I wasn't going to use it. Another thing that I just did not like about this is the binding here, because I am a left-handed person, so working on this side of the page was always a struggle because it's just so big. So I highly recommend, if you're going to do a bullet journal or just make your own planner, etc., just get something without the binding, especially if you're left-handed. Well, I guess if you're right-handed, working on this page would be really difficult too, so it goes both ways. Wow, a train. We haven't heard that in a while. So the first thing I tried to do was a weekend spread. Like, this was my Saturday and Sunday, and then I did the days, and right, there we go. I didn't give myself enough room in all of these, and I kind of did it as I went, which didn't make sense either. So I don't know why I did this. And then I had a gratitude log, which obviously I only wrote one thing down. So that, you know, shows you how I kept that up. And another thing I hated about this journal is I put in lists in the midst of weekly spreads. And I guess you can do that. Like, that's the whole point of bullet journaling. You can write in lists anywhere you want. You can put a list right here. Like, it doesn't matter because it's your bullet journal. However, if I wanted to access this, I didn't have an index or anything, and so I kind of have to flip through all my weekly spreads to get to these lists. So then I continued with the weekly spread like this, but I switched to Saturday and Sunday instead of doing a weekend because I realized I wanted to list certain things on specific days. And then instead of doing a tracker, an official tracker, which you'll see one later on if you don't know what that is, I ended up doing one for November. I put in workout and floss. Those are the things I wanted to do daily, so I just put them here. Clearly I fell off the bandwagon here. If you wanted to keep track of something daily, I recommend a tracker, which I'll show you later, but this is just not functional. It's too much effort. Like, we don't need to be that excessive. I have video idea lists here. I don't mind showing you that because I don't keep anything from you. This is my No Makeup Monday thing going on here. Again, weekly spread. I didn't really stick to this. We're in September now. Yeah, I ended up putting the numbers. Wait, did I do that on the other one? No, see, it's another thing that I didn't do. What Monday is this? Monday in August. That's all I know. I'm telling you guys, I started at bare minimum things. Like, I did not know what I was doing when I first started. So do not feel bad if your bullet journal is like really messed up and you hate it, because I ended up loving my bullet journal. This is one of the things I adapted that I love, is a monthly spread where you just write down all the days as a list and you write down what is happening on those days. This paid off really well. I love this. I love checking things off of it. Purple, by the way, is school, and green highlight is YouTube related things. This whole spread is for my horror channel, which I of course have to transfer over to my new journal. I let this side open, video ideas again. Then we get into these kind of spreads. This is my first one. First thing right off the bat, the pen that I chose to use bleeds through, which I was not a fan of. And then I ended up doing these boxes around the days, and I liked this more, even though obviously I didn't fill it up. I had more space that I could write a lot of stuff going on if I wanted to. And then I ended up dropping the boxes, and I just like the simplistic, you know, with the lines to separate. This is what I kept throughout the rest of my bullet journal, as you'll see. This is just what I prefer. I like the simplicity. I don't have to draw extra lines. There's no need for them. It's obviously well separated, and yeah. I have another Penny Collab sponsorships because, as we saw in this guy, I ran out of room. It literally goes all the way to here, so I needed to make another one, which obviously I'll transfer over to the new one because I need to keep track of that. Here's my November spread of the month. Again, I really liked this. I put a line here because I was thinking I was going to add stuff here, but I ended up not doing that. Here is an example of a tracker. Now, before I show you this official tracker, please don't give me any judgment on how often I floss or, you know, things like that, because it's very personal. I'm choosing to share it with you guys. So I wrote down the things that I wanted to do every day, or at least keep track of how often I was doing them, so I know what needs to change. And you basically just write the list of the days up here, and then a box for each thing, and then you fill in what days you actually complete those items. And then what I added here is a list of things that I want to add to the tracker. And then as I was planning, I decided to make a list of what I'm going to put in my new bullet journal, of things that I've found that I would like to have in my new journal. So I mentioned I want to put my paychecks on here. Well, I have a list of my bills and stuff that I have to pay. Obviously, blocked out how much I pay for them. Now it gets into like my favorite spreads. I got really into it, and these little symbols on the side, I'm not gonna put them in, well, I'm gonna use them in my new journal, but I'm not gonna put like a key. A lot of people put keys in their bullet journal. It's my bullet journal. I know what, you know, symbols I'm using. I don't necessarily need to have a key, and I don't use like a lot of them. But basically an X you cross off when you've completed an item, and then an arrow if you've moved it to another day. So these all kind of just look the same. This is this week. I forgot to put the numbers here, so I got a little lazy. But you know, I mess up too. That's just what happens. November and December is when I really started to write in every single week, whereas if you saw in the beginning, I would skip weeks. I only did 1 week, I think, in September. So I made a list of all the items I have to complete in my school for my degree. I only have 3 more things, guys, and then I'm graduating, thank God. And then December, I have, you know, the list of things that are happening this month, and which I'm going to start my new bullet journal for January, so I am going to continue to use this through the end of December. So yep, same weekly spread. I liked this layout a lot, and here we are on this week. If you're wondering where I got this, I got it at TJ Maxx for $4.99. So in addition to the new journal, I wanted to get some official bullet journal pens, because I was kind of just using any old pen, which you can do by any means. You can do that. I just wanted to get some pens that were water resistant, that didn't bleed, that had like a fine point, because this bullet journal is very small and I want to be able to write in everything that I need to without like a really thick pen point, you know? The set of pens was like, I don't remember how much it was, but I'll link them down below, but they're the Micron pens, and I've had a lot of response from you guys saying how much you love these pens, and they come in 3 sizes. And then this journal that I got is just a paper bound flexible brown journal. It's by North Books. I'll have the exact one listed down below. They have other sizes and styles and like harder bound. I think they have a leather bound one too, but I don't buy leather, obviously. So the first thing that I wanted to start with in my new bullet journal was an index, because I want to be able to access where my No Makeup Monday videos are, where my horror channel video ideas are, and just things along you know, that thing, and then add the months as I go. So what's cool about an index is you just add what you put in and then leave a couple pages so you can continue to add to them. This, by the way, is not long enough for a whole year, I realized, so I'm gonna have to get multiples throughout the year, but they're really inexpensive. I think it was like $8 to $10 for one, so it's not that bad. So for the title of index, I'm not gonna skip any pages. I know some people like to skip the first page, and usually I would do that too. However, because it's so like few pages, I don't want to skip anything, so I'm just gonna start the index on the front page here. And for the title header of index, I'm going to use the size 3 micron pen. One of the easiest ways, if you're not an artistic person or creative, is to just add the little boxes on the titles and the headers and stuff, and it'll add a little something to it. But clearly I don't have the best handwriting, I'm not artistic, and that's that. I'm not gonna fill this out yet though, because I want to see where, like, what pages go where, and I'm probably gonna number these. I'm also going to leave this whole spread here blank for the index if I want to add to it. Here's a great example of why I don't do bullet journal videos. See, I could rip it out, but I'm also dumb that I already numbered the pages. So hopefully you guys learn from my mistakes. Maybe number the pages after you've done all your headers, because what the heck am I supposed to do here? I swear I have a degree in English. I know how to spell paychecks. You know what though? I'm gonna work with it. That's right. I don't have shame. That's the thing, is my bullet journal doesn't matter. Also, I've seen people do their headers in pencil before they write them in pen, so you can by all means do that too. Now I'm gonna do the yearly spread. So this one's gonna be kind of complicated because I've never done this before, so I am gonna use pencil to start out with, and I'm gonna look up some photos for inspiration so I can get the layout right, because I want it to show every month and then the days of the month. So it's gonna be kind of full here because it's such a small notepad, but hopefully I can fit everything in here. Sorry if you couldn't see like half of that because I was out of frame, but you know, I'm learning this whole bullet journal thing. Here's my year at a glance spread. There's some space here at the bottom so I can write down important dates and like things I can highlight on the calendar and then list down here. So now what we're gonna do is the tracker for January. So I'm gonna do it on this page here like this, kind of like what I did in my first bullet journal. I liked how that looked. And this is probably going to take a minute. I mean, this took a minute, but this is going to take a minute for sure. Now I know why it takes so long to film bullet journal videos, and I thought I could get all this done in like an hour. No, it's taking a long time. So I'm going to do the January tracker on this page, and then the January like list of days, month at a glance on this page. And then we start weekly spreads. So I'll start the first one, but obviously I'm not going to put much on it because I don't know what I'm doing in January yet. Alright, so there's that little spread. So now I'm going to do the first week's spread of January. And I'm just now noticing the pen kind of bleeds. So that's a good thing to note, that the number 5 micron pen you can see right to the other page. One thing I'll probably change in the next week's spread is I'll start on a Monday, so I'll just skip that Sunday because I like to have my spread start on Monday, but I wanted to have the first be represented here, so that's kind of why I started on a Sunday, but that's an easy change. I don't mind doing it. So just to give a little overview of what we completed in the journal and what it all looks like, I have my index that goes all the way up to page 15, and then some blank pages, my No Makeup Monday thoughts, like ideas page with another blank page so I can continue on there. My Possessed by Horror channel video ideas with another blank page. We have my main channel ideas, which clearly I'm lacking, so if you guys want to give me some ideas for No Makeup Monday videos, please do that. And then we have bills and paychecks and when I get those things or when they're due, which I'll fill in the amounts later. Pending collabs and wish list I'll fill out later as well. And then we have the 2017 year at a glance, which I really like. I like how this turned out. And my January tracker, which I need to put in like a tracker here, or like some kind of labeling of that's what it is. And then my January year at a glance, month at a glance, and the first week of January and the first week of 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of like all over the place because I've never filmed one of these before and it's gonna take me a while to edit and put together, so I'm sorry today's No Makeup Monday went up really late. I am filming this on the day that I'm uploading, so it's gonna go up a little late. But I love this thing. I think it's gonna be really awesome to just have a place where I can dump my thoughts. And I am going to, you know, continue to just write random lists in between spreads, I think, because I didn't leave any blank pages up in the front besides what I've already like planned for with the, you know, video ideas and stuff. I want to keep this there for that. So I didn't really leave any blank pages in the beginning for, you know, future lists and notes and stuff. So I'm definitely going to continue to just write random pages full of notes and whatnot. But I love bullet journaling. I think it's a great way for me to plan things and I can just write down my thoughts. And it's a place to just put all of my ideas and wants and needs and anything and everything that I want. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you guys soon.